This is your daily horoscope for Thursday, March 5th, 2026. All times are Pacific Standard Time. The first aspect of the day takes place around 9 a.m. when the sun in Pisces forms a trine with Jupiter in Cancer. Now, this is taking place at 15 degrees. So if you have any planets or placements around 15 degrees of the water signs, you're feeling the benefits of this the most intensely. The sun is our identity, our ego, our purpose, what drives us. And Jupiter is a planet of support, of faith, of hope and optimism, wisdom and justice. So when the sun and Jupiter come together collectively, it can mark an important turning point of progress, of support, of emotional care, security, and safety. That is what I am calling in. That is what I am hoping. You can use this energy for collective spell work to send love to people who are under oppression. Spoiler alert, all of us are in some form, or people who are moving through genocides, or for standing up for what you believe in and identifying with a cause and a belief to bring about healing and understanding and support and help in some way. I want to use this to bring attention to Sonny Burton, who is a 75-year-old father and grandfather who remains on death row, even though he never killed anyone. Sonny was a part of a robbery that went wrong in the early 90s, and Doug Battle was shot and killed, but not by Sonny. Sonny wasn't even in the building when Doug Battle was killed. Tori Battle, the victim's daughter, has stated and told Alabama's attorney general that she actually opposes the execution of Sonny and that he doesn't deserve it. And the trigger man, the person who did kill Doug Battle, actually had their sentence reduced to life in prison without parole, even though Sonny remains on death row. We can ask that Governor Ivey grant clemency for Sonny Burton. There's a phone number and a link to sign a petition in the show notes. They plan to suffocate him to death with nitrogen gas, and this is a method that is so cruel and induces such panic it is not even used on animals. Justice for Sonny. He deserves life. He deserves better. I also want to call attention to the HBO documentary, The Alabama Solution. If you have not watched that documentary about the inside and the corruption and the horror inside of Alabama's prisons, you have to see it. I just watched it last night and it was heartbreaking and illuminating. And it's so important that we are aware of the prison industrial complex and how it has essentially evolved into this modern day and form of enslavement. There are three activists featured in the film who are also incarcerated men behind the walls of Alabama State Prison: Robert Earl Council, Raoul Poole, and Melvin Ray. This documentary is Oscar nominated, and as retaliation for all of the attention that this film has received, because these three men filmed conditions and incidents on cell phones from behind the walls in the prison, and that is the footage that is used in the majority of the documentary, they received retaliation from the Department of Corrections, and they've been placed in solitary confinement. We can also contact Governor Ivey and demand that she release these three men from solitary confinement. They deserve better. So may you use the benefits, the power, the support, the amplification of this Sun-Jupiter connection to create and build the world in which you know we all deserve, and to infuse your spark, your gifts, and your magic into this celestial gift from the sky to make a difference, both personally in your life, to make progress on some of your personal goals, but also to create ripple effects of change for all of us. Now, later on, around 3:30 p.m., the moon in Libra will form a square with Jupiter in Cancer. And this can look like a moment where we've overdone it, we're feeling exhausted, we've said yes too many times, and maybe we're overextending ourselves. But sometimes this also looks like a moment of celebration, of letting loose, or feeling your feelings. Jupiter just amplifies any planet that it touches. So this can really be a moment where you are finally getting in touch with the feelings you've ignored.